the youngest Heisman Trophy winner in history. Jameis Winston joining us. Dude, you're a teenager. You're young. How's it feel to be that young winning that big of an award?
It's a dream come true, man. I'm really happy that I did get the award, and it's just this whole thing, this whole weekend has been amazing.
But if I said 6 months ago you're going to be recognized as the best college football player in America, what would have been more of a surprise? You were playing for the national title, or you would have won the Heisman?
Probably playing for the national title because my team is amazing, and I mean we just been having a special year.
So that wouldn't have surprised you. The Heisman would have surprised
you.
you.
Oh yeah, the Heisman would have definitely surprised me.
When did you know that you had a chance to win it?
I don't think I really just realized that I was gonna be winning the Heisman or even being the finalist. I just think that as the season went on and as we kept having success and everything just started working out, and I knew everyone's attracted to winners.
When did you first practice the Heisman pose?
Oh man, I really ain't never practiced the Heisman pose. That's probably why I'm not that good at it. But I'm gonna have to start practicing.
I saw the Heisman pose. It wasn't very good. I'm gonna be honest.
It wasn't good.
Okay, but you didn't have teammates say, "Jameis, you got to practice the Heisman pose." You never had anybody say that to you privately.
No, they ain't. My teammates more talk about they talk about me about the way I dress and the way I do things and how weird I am. So they really ain't tell me to practice about the Heisman pose.
Okay, what's the problem with your clothes, your wardrobe? What do they make fun of?
They just tell me I don't got enough swag to be a quarterback. They say all the other quarterbacks are good looking. They say that I'm not good looking, but I think I'm a little better than all of them. Who
was your idol growing up, quarterback wise?
Well, I always looked up to Charlie Ward, and I always looked up to Doug Williams, and I really like Vince Young. He's who I looked up while I was playing. But I always looked up to Doug Williams because me and my dad always talked about him. And my
Did your dad tell you the significance of Doug Williams?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the only African-American quarterback to win the Super Bowl and MVP. So that was very special to me. And my dad always, kept me grounded with everything that I did. But Vince Young and Michael Vick, his days in Atlanta, I always loved those guys. And obviously Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. I mean, I admired the quarterback position. That's why I feel like I worked hard for it.
Why not Alabama? Why not Auburn?
Well, Alabama, I mean, it was 25 minutes down the road for me, and I loved Alabama. And Auburn, I mean, I guess we had some stuff happen here and there. And, I mean, I just fell in love with Florida State. And baseball was a big factor in that, too, because we have a tremendous baseball program.
Are you going to play?
Of course.
So that was part of the deal, that you were going to go, you'd be able to play baseball wherever you went to.
That was the deal. With every time I talked to a head coach, I was like, Coach, if I'm going to come here, I got to play baseball.
Saban said you could play baseball at Alabama?
Coach Saban did say I could play baseball, yes. They even showed me the new building of the new baseball field and everything like that.
Are you prepared for being famous?
Well, I don't look at myself as really being.
But you're going to be. It's like Johnny Manziel went from nobody to everybody knew him, to Drake texting him, to LeBron texting him. Now it's on. Now people know who you are, and you got to be prepared for that.
Well, I think I'm gonna be prepared for that because I mean I love surrounding myself around successful people. I mean that's why I admire my teammates so much because I believe every teammate that I got is a successful person, and I know Kelvin Benjamin, Kenny Shaw, Rashad Green, they're gonna be in the limelight over the next 2 years, and my offensive linemen are tremendous with Bobby Hart to Cam Irvin and Trey Jackson and Josue and even Stork, and I have a great tight end, Nick O'Leary. So I feel like our team is going to be more of a superstar status because just like that 2000 Miami team, remember when Miami had those great players on those teams? I feel like my team is like that because our defense is filled with pro athletes over there.
Okay, what's better? We're talking to Jameis Winston, the Heisman Trophy winner, joining us in the Man Cave. The offense or defense at Florida State? What's better?
Well, I'm pretty sure Telvin Smith will disagree, but I think our offense is better. But
that defense is good.
Our defense is phenomenal. I mean,
are they allowed to hit you in practice?
They're not allowed to hit me, but sometimes, especially during the fall, when I used to hit them, LaMarcus Jones used to be like, "Hey, coach, you better get your quarterback because we're gonna knock him out."
But you don't run. I think people assume that you're. It's like Teddy Bridgewater. You're not a runner.
Well,
is that by design?
Well, yes. I mean, we don't have a lot of we have some quarterback runs, But we don't do it a lot because Coach Fisher's pass attack is tremendous. When you got 6'5" wide receivers and you got guys that run 4 threes on the sideline, and then you got a tight end that can block and they can catch. I mean, you don't have to run football as a quarterback. You get a ball to those guys that can run, like our running backs, Devontae Freeman, James Wilder, and Carlos Williams. I mean, they could be the best running backs in the country.
What did Johnny Manziel give you? Any advice?
Oh, he just told me to be myself. Throughout this whole thing, he said, just be yourself, man. And I look forward to doing that because that advice was probably the best advice that somebody could give me because if anybody gonna be me, it's gonna be me. So I can be myself better than anybody else can.
Well, you talked about you trusted the process. You kept mentioning that during your speech. What exactly does that mean? You trusted in the process.
It didn't mean that I respected everything that was going around me. So that helped me to remain silent. That helped me to keep focusing on my objectives as a team and keep, moving on.
Did you ever get angry?
No, never got angry.
But you couldn't talk, didn't talk, which I think it's great for freshmen not to be able to talk. But given your circumstance, is there part of you that said, let me just say something here? Because it's hard to be quiet when people say these things.
Well, that's why I respect the process because I knew I did nothing wrong. So it was easier for me to just sit back and just wait for everything to, clear because I knew I was innocent and eventually I would be vindicated. So it was easy for me from that point, from the legal points, to just be silent.
How much did it help you that you knew you had something that you could do, like you could go out and play football? That you had this going on off the field, but then you could go out and play a football game? Or was it tough to play a football game?
I mean, that's what people don't understand. The football field was my sanctuary. Like, it gave me, when I went to practice at 2:15 every day, it gave me the time to just, hey, I'm here now. I'm here with my team. And they supported me. I'm here with Coach Fisher. I'm here. And that kind of got the stuff off my mind. Of course, it was stressful. But when you a quarterback, you don't have time to feel sorry for yourself because at the end of the day, those guys are going to be looking at you every step of the way. So me being in my position and me being a young quarterback, of course they're gonna look like my teammates. I used to see my teammates looking at me just every single time when I'm sitting in my locker. You all right? You all right? I'm like, yeah, man, I'm good. It's time to play football, y'all. We got games to win.
But you have to have that confidence, especially as a freshman, because they are looking at you to see if you got a junior or senior, they're looking at you going, my college future is at stake here if we're gonna do anything based on you.
Oh, yeah, and that's what one thing my center had told me, Brian Stork, after the Boston College game. He said, I never had a quarterback that I would rather have you behind me for the rest of my life than anybody else. He said, because I'm confident. And he said, and I trust in you. And that's what I need everybody to, trust in everything. That's why I've been talking about, I trust in the process because my team trusted in our process here at Florida State. That's why we're having a successful season.
You get to vote next year. Who would you have voted for this year if I take you out of this?
Man, we got so many great players. I can't give you just a answer there of who I would have voted for because.
But next year you're gonna have to do this. You got to vote next year.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be some great players next year.
Okay, so would you have voted yourself for the Heisman?
Probably not. Most likely not.
Okay, who would you have voted for?
I don't know.
Give me one. Would you have voted Would you have voted for the Auburn running back, Trey Mason?
I really don't know, man, because I don't want to be biased. I don't want to be biased and say I would have voted for a quarterback because I love quarterbacks, and I don't want to be biased because say I would have voted for an ACC person. So I really don't know because all 5 of those guys were great, and obviously me being a Journey football fan myself, I probably would have been biased to that. I'm like, because Journey football is amazing. I love watching that guy play. And Trey, he's had a fantastic year, and just actually getting a chance to watch Andre Williams personally, and actually getting a chance to watch Jordan Lynch personally last year when we played him in the Orange Bowl. That would have been those guys. All those guys are phenomenal.
What do you say to the 115 voters who left you off the ballot completely? What would you tell them?
Well, I can't control other people's opinions and other people's votes, but it's okay. It's okay because all the other voters voted for me, and they made this dream come true for me. But the people that didn't, everyone's going to have their say-so. You got to have your haters. You don't have haters, you're not successful.
Where's the Heisman?
I don't know where it is right now. It's probably back.
Wait. The Heisman is missing? Uh-oh.
Well, if I could pull it out of my pocket, I'll pull it right out.
Manziel brought his in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he didn't let it out of his sight. Don't trust these people with the Heisman. Who knows where it's going to be, Jameis? It could be on eBay by this afternoon.
I know it better be in my hands by the end of this day.
All right. The Auburn scouting report. You know anything about Auburn?
Well, I know Auburn's from Alabama. And,
well, that's a start.
And I'm gonna look for it. But
and by the way, Vince Young Didn't he play his national championship game in the
In
Rose
the Rose Bowl, yeah.
Yeah.
That was,
There you go.
Yeah, man. But Auburn, actually, I know a couple people on their defense, actually. And from Chris Davis, who ran the field goal back, and Casanova McKenzie, their middle linebacker, and Ladarius Owens, their defensive end, because all of us are from the same area. But Auburn has some great athletes, man. They have a great defense. They have destiny behind them. When we was talking to Trey has so much confidence in his team because they've been doing some amazing things this season.
Are you going to go back and tell your defensive players how big Mason is?
No, I don't think size has anything to do with the game of football, honestly. That's how you can see with Drew Brees and Johnny. I mean, Johnny is one of the most electric players, and Johnny is about 5'11", 5'10". And I mean, if you can do anything you put your mind to.
So you guys going to win the national title?
I mean, I hope so. I mean, it's on my birthday. I mean, we look forward to winning the national title, but
you plan on it.
I definitely plan on it.
All right. I would be surprised if you said, "Well, I'm not sure if we're going to win the national."
I would never say that. I'm too much of a confident person, and it's on my birthday, so I don't think that that'll sit real well with me if I let Auburn beat us.
Where are you off to now?
I don't know. Probably just walk around.
When do you go home?
When do I go home? Tomorrow
morning. All right. Hey, it's good to see you. Have fun in New York, and glad you stopped by.
Hey, thank you for having me.
All right. It's Jameis Winston. If you see his Heisman, could you let him know? Because he doesn't know where that is.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.